What is going on, internet? My name is JB, and we are back here today on the sports channel with some more Madden 24. And you guys can read the title and thumbnail. We are going to be starting up a Tennessee Titans franchise series here on the channel. This is a team that could be moving into a post-Derrick Henry era very soon, as soon as, well, next season, the 2024 season. So I kind of want to take a look at what that might look like here in Madden. So that is the journey of this series. There are also, the rumors about DeAndre Hopkins maybe not wanting to be here anymore. He originally came to this team to be with his former offensive coordinator, whose name escapes me at the moment, from the Houston Texans. I'll put that on screen because I'm lazy. I don't feel like Googling right now during my intro, so I'm not going to. That being said, there is also a lot of promising young talent on this team. There's also a noticeable lack of talent on parts of this team as well. So let's go ahead and quickly go over the roster. Now, while this is loading, I do want to go ahead and just preface this by saying I'm going to simulate up until week 10, which is where we currently are in real life at the time of me recording this. You guys are probably seeing this. I'm going to try to get it out for Monday Night Football this week. Don't know if that'll happen, but yeah, the Titans, as I'm recording this, are 3-6. I don't know what will happen in week 10 or if that's their bye. I don't think it's right. No, their bye was right before the Falcons game because that's the first game we'll let us start. Okay, anyway, so we're going to simulate their record up till then, but once we reach, the offseason and, player re-signing and everything, that's when I'm going to officially take over the series and, make whatever decisions I feel are necessary, such as the future of Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins. But all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and go over the rest of this team. We have Ryan Tannehill. He is Ryan over the Tannehill. He is unfortunately kind of washed at this point. Was very good for a long time here. Is never quite able to get over the hump. I believe they made the AFC Championship. I know they made it at least once. I think they made it twice during the Tannehill era. I could be wrong about that. It was probably only once. I don't know. But I know for a fact it was at least once. But yeah, he appears to be done. He's on the last year of his deal. And this guy, Will Levis, had an incredible debut against the Falcons, throwing for around or over 400 yards, and has looked okay since. But the question with him is he the guy? Can he be the guy at 24 years old, which is really old for a rookie, especially in Madden? So we're only going to have like 2 to 3 seasons to really develop him. And the fact that he's starting off at only a 69 overall might make that a little bit difficult. I would love to give him all of 2024 to show that he could be that guy. But if there's a can't miss prospect in the draft class, then Will Levis won't stop me from taking someone that could potentially be a game changer. Although it's not my, desire to replace Will Levis. I would love to give him a chance. We already talked a little bit about Derrick Henry. The last couple of seasons, there's been trade rumors swirling. Like, does he want to be here or will they be? Teams are like asking for, what the Titans would want for him. And the Titans seem to be shutting down trade discussions around him. At least they have the last couple of seasons. But going into a contract year, this being the last on his current deal, he could, walk for nothing in the offseason. So he could be a guy we look to extend, or more realistically, we could probably just sign him to a 1-year deal or franchise tag him and look to trade him before the draft or during the draft, just to try to get something for him so he doesn't walk for free. And now I'm going to do right by him. He's a franchise legend, and I would like to send him to a contender as he's, nearing the end of his career. Same sort of thing with DeAndre Hopkins. Like, I would prefer to send him to a contender just because I'm not an ass, but he's more, he hasn't been here a long time, so it's kind of just best offer. Or we could just keep him, but he hasn't exactly made it clear he doesn't want to be here, but I don't know, he's another guy that kinda, it just feels like he doesn't want to be in Tennessee. He wants to be competing, and this team isn't competing, so we'll see what ends up happening there. In terms of other receivers, it's really just Treylon Burks and a whole lot of nothing. He's a fine player. He's a guy who could be a great 2 on a contending team. I don't know if he could be your best receiver and you can really look to go far. He's got not great speed at only 89, but does have good excel. Really good short and medium route runner. Good deep, or not great deep route running, not good release at all, but everything else is just kind of decent, like mid to high 80s for a lot of his stats. So definitely something here. Also, he went to U of A. Shout out to the University of Arkansas. I live there. Well, I live in Arkansas. I don't live in the university. Been to the university. Didn't go to the university, but I have been in their football team's locker room. That's a long story. I'll tell that some other time. I think I might have told it during Rams franchise, but it was a field trip thing. I got to meet Ryan Mallett. Rest in peace. What else is going on? Chris Moore. Good depth. Nick Westbrook-Ikine, same thing. Kyle Phillips might have a little bit of upside, but he is the definition of a slot only kind of receiver. Doesn't really do a whole lot well. He's very slow, has really good acceleration, so he gets up to his top speed quickly, but his top speed is really freaking slow. So yeah, good short route running. Like he's technically our third best receiver. He's second year player out of UCLA, but I'm not expecting much from him, but if he ends up, playing well, then fine. And then at tight end, we have Chico Okonkwo. Very, very athletic tight end, 6'3", 230, second-year player out of Maryland. Kind of this H-back role, fullback role kind of guy. You just want to get the ball in his hands and let him make a play. But he's also just very fast and kind of has more reliable hands than people thought coming out of college. So he could definitely be a long-term starter at tight end for us. And yeah, definitely someone I would like to continue to build this offense around. Now, the offensive line is a bit of a disaster. Chris Hubbard is old and bad. Drew Brunskill is mid at only a 72, and I believe getting up there in age. Like, he's close to 30. Yeah, he's 29. Hubbard is over 30, I'm pretty sure. 32, yeah. So I need to look to replace the left side of our offensive line. Aaron Brewer is, he's... Wait, what? First off, 274 pounds. There's absolutely no way. Okay, that's just not possible. I didn't want to Google the offensive coordinator, but I will Google Aaron Brewer. Because there's just simply no way you are playing offensive line in the NFL at 270 pounds. That's what Wikipedia has him listed at, though. I'm going to check the Titans official website. Okay, they have him at 295. That's a little bit better, but 274 is insane. But he is a replacement level starter. He'd be fine if we have to, use him for another year. Same with Brunskill, but if we can upgrade, we will. Andre Dillard, his signing was kind of a disaster. They gave him a pretty big contract to see if he could break out. He was drafted, I want to say, in the first round by the... I know he was drafted by the Eagles, but I want to say he was a first-round pick. Got a pretty big contract. Yeah, he was a first-rounder. And he, I believe, was okay for a season, and then Jordan Mailata became a thing, and was really, really good. And then injuries have also kind of held him back, and he just didn't really have a chance because Mailata was so good. So I understand the thought behind giving him a contract. A former first rounder who's still relatively young is, worth taking a shot on. He has been not great. So yeah, might end up having to move on from him. It's going to be got a pretty big cap hit though. So depending on what the penalty is or whether or not there's, someone worth, having over him, I can almost assure you there will be, but it is what it is. Now we can quickly go over the defense. Not a whole lot to talk about here. But we do have Jeffrey Simmons, the best player on the team, not named Derrick Henry. He's a beast pass rusher. You can do it he's money and interior pass rusher, but he can do some stuff off the edge as well. I don't know why I started saying that and then stopped halfway through my sentence and then whatever. But yeah, great power rusher, good finesse moves, good block shed. He is a beast and he is here long term. Got locked up to a 4-year deal worth around like 100 something. I want to say close to 120 million. It's not quite 38 million a year, but it's close. Why do I keep wanting to look at something then not looking at it? Yeah, it's around it's 25 plus a year. We'll just round about and say, so it's it's a lot of money and he's worth it. So I'm happy to have him. One of the better interior pass rushers in the league. Tierra Tart, good up and coming pass rusher from the interior, good run defender as well. Why can I not speak, bro? I'm not very good at talking, in case you guys haven't noticed. Nico Autry is a good vet to have up there in years, but he is still an 80 overall. Linebackers, little bit of a mess. We do have Harold Landry, who is good when healthy. The big thing with him, though, the last couple of years has been health. He missed all of the 2022 season with injury, and he's been okay this season, a little bit behind the step, or behind a step, I guess you could say, kind of lost a step, but how much of that is injury and how much of that is he just isn't that great. 76 finesse moves, I will say, does seem low, but he is a good run defender as well as pretty athletic, really good acceleration, good tackle, good pursuit. He's a very good player. But he is already 27 and only a 78 overall, so how much better can he get? And he's also here on a long-term contract, which is a little bit annoying, worth 21 million a year. So yeah, we're paying him like a superstar, and hopefully he can turn back into that, because he was in the 2021 season, which was, of course, his contract year. Gets hurt in 2022. Has only been okay in 2023 so far. So that's that. Arden Key is like the definition of a bridge starter. Pretty honestly underrated in Madden. 78 speed is a little bit disrespectful, but he's a good run defender as well as just a solid, rotational pass rusher. Ideally, you'd like to have him as your number 3. He's our number 2 edge in this defense, so I need to look to replace him. They also have Travis Gibson. I didn't even know he was on this team until I started making the series because, well, he's just kind of here. He's kind of fast, kind of decent finesse moves, kind of decent run blocker, but he's got a lot of traits, so good for him, I guess. And then a middle linebacker, we have the former San Francisco 49er Azeez Al-Shaair, who is a fairly solid athlete at 85 speed, 87 excel, playing up 1, really good tackler, good hit power, just a pretty solid all-around linebacker. Happy to have him. He's a good starter and should be for however long his contract is. I believe actually he is in a contract year, so might need to pay him. I also have Jack Gibbons, who is on the team. He's second-year player out of Minnesota. Really slow, not great hit power, not great zone coverage, not great block shed. He's there. He's a good rotational guy, but he's being asked to start here. A guy with a little bit of upside, though, is Monty Rice. He is 24, going into his third year out of Georgia. He does have pretty good speed at 86 and 90 acceleration, 87 hit power, but most importantly, he has the big hitter trait. So I would love to try to develop him because I've only, been on YouTube for 2 series and neither one of them have gone a very long time, but I play Madden a lot and I very rarely get big hitters, people with the big hitter trait. Like, it doesn't exist in the draft for me. I never see it. So yeah, having one on my team at the start, I'm pretty happy about. And then we can take a look quickly at safety. We have Amani Hooker. No more Kevin Byard. We have Terrell Edmonds instead, who came over in that trade. Elijah Molden is on the team. I think we're going to move Amani Hooker over to free safety, just so we can start Terrell Edmonds, who is a higher overall. I know Elijah Molden is like young, but he's not great. But to be fair, neither is Terrell Edmonds. But I don't know. I'd like to, give him a shot over Molden. I mean, they'll still play. It's fine. But yeah, we're going to move Amani Hooker over. Solid athlete, solid cover safety, solid box safety. He's a kind of just a does it all at safety guy. He's good at everything, not great at any one thing. Terrell Edmonds is a really good run defender. Early in his career, he was horrible in coverage. He's gotten better at it, but he's still not great. But he's a great athlete with, again, really high hit power and big hitter. So yeah, that's kind of why I want to see if he can develop, because that would be really fun to have on the team, even though he's not exactly a spring chicken. And then Elijah Molden, I will quickly talk about him. Third-year player out of Washington, only a 71 overall. 88 speed is fine, but his zone coverage isn't great. He's not a good tackler. He's a former corner who is transitioned to safety because he's not good at man coverage either. So yeah, he's fine. He's a good athlete, just not fantastic in coverage. There's a spot for him. He might just end up being a special teamer long-term. Moving on to corner now, we have Sean Murphy-Bunting, the former not Tennessee Buccaneer, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Now in his 5th year out of Central Michigan, 92 speed, 92 excel, good in both man and zone, decent tackling, decent play rec. He'd be a fine, like really, really good high-end number 2 corner, but as a number 1 corner, leaves a little bit to be desired, but this team doesn't really have anyone better, so that's why he is playing CB1. We do have Roger McCreary, who is a better zone cover player than he is a man player, but he's well-rounded in both with 89 speed, a little bit on the slow end in-game, fast in real life, obviously. But, in game, you want to be in the 90 pluses. So who knows? Really good press. So he's a very good slot corner. So that's just kind of what he is. And then Christian Fulton, who I want to say was a former 1st-round pick, if I'm not mistaken. He was a 2nd-round pick in 2020. Yeah. 90 speed, 91 excel, good in both man and zone. A little bit better in zone. He's, a guy who was seen to have high upside coming out of the draft. Hasn't really lived up to it, but hasn't been awful either. Don't know if he's a second contract guy. Probably not in real life, maybe in game, depending on how much he wants. So yeah, I just feel like we can do better at corner, but we can do better kind of all over the field, except for really Jeffrey Simmons. So yeah, everything is just kind of on the table. It's just going to depend on what's available to us in the offseason on what we do with bringing these guys back on defense. I don't really have any problem with keeping any of these guys. I don't really have a problem with getting rid of many of these guys. In terms of specialists, I'm going to have McCreary in the slot. We're going to have Landry and Key off the edge. Why is Landry only a 73 rush end, by the way? That is actually disrespectful. I know that said 76 finesse was low, but 73 rush end is actually just straight up disrespectful. At least in my opinion. Alshire will be our sub linebacker, and then Simmons and Tart will be up the middle. Actually, no, we'll probably have Autry come off the edge. Yeah, we'll probably do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up, and then Traylon Burks will be our slot receiver. And I think the next time you guys will see me, which will be in a couple seconds for you, but for me, it'll be a few minutes. I'm just going to go straight to week 8, and we'll see who the midseason mark and just see who we have to resign. I'm going to set up scouting and all that stuff in the meantime. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. We do have an improved rookie here for Peter Skoronski, which is going to be pretty darn cool. We'll take advantage of that. We had an opportunity to give Tyjae Spears superstar dev from Derrick Henry, but we're not going to do that because I feel like he actually should have to earn superstar. Call me crazy. We're going to go with pass blocking power for Skoronski's upgrade here. He gets +3 to that, which is fine by me. I just picked one. I don't know what he's better at, but yeah. Also going to have some receiver mentorship, which I'm hoping will be Traylon Burks, and it is. We're going to go ahead and give him probably... I'm going to give him deep route running because his medium routes are fine. His short routes are good. His long routes are terrible. So we're going to give him deep route running and +2 release as well, which are the 2 things he is terrible at. So I'm totally fine with this upgrade. And I believe Skoronski just gets like 2,500 XP from this. second part. Or he gets nothing. Cool. I mean, he gets +3 pass block power, but whatever. Is this where he gets the XP? Give him XP. Yeah, there we go. 2,500 XP for Peter Skoronski. Beautiful. Okay, so this is being recorded the next day as the Niners beat the Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl. I've been recording for the last 15 minutes, going over all the upgrades we had from the season and everything, and I forgot to hit record, but the Bengals end up losing in the Super Bowl, which is, I don't know why I pointed that out, but yeah, we are here at the end of the 2023 season. If I don't think there's really an easy way for me to show you all of the upgrades, but I can just show you what the team looks like now. I'm really annoyed that I didn't hit record. I thought I did, but basically we did. Treylon Burks had 3 upgrade points. We'll start with him because he's just a player I picked. He went from a 76 overall to a 78 overall. I put 2 into deep threat to get more release and 1 into playmaker. He got plus. Actually, we could just go through progression history. Here's what he got. He got +1 speed, +1 medium route running, +3 release. Yeah, you guys could just sort of see everything there. I'll show you the important ones. We don't really need to show you everyone. Will Levis, I did 2 strong arm upgrades to get him medium accuracy, and I believe he got +3 total. Yeah, +3 throw accuracy mid, +2 under pressure, +1 awareness is what he got from his 2 upgrades. Skoronski went from a 76 to a 79 overall. I put 2 into agile and 1 into power. He remains a pass protector archetype, so I guess same as agile, so it doesn't really matter. Here's his progression history. Got a bunch of everything. If you could pause if you want, but there's that. And for Chico Conquo, the last guy on offense we need to take a look at, he got himself just a bunch of everything. He had 2 upgrades, went both into vertical threat, and he got some route running, got some blocking, got some tight end stuff, you know, do the tight end thing if you will. And put 2 power moves into Jeffrey Simmons to get him up to a 90 overall. Couple block shed for Monty Rice to get his block shedding up. A run stopper to get his block shedding up. Didn't really work. And then Sean Murphy Bunting went up +2 overall because an upgraded slot. This is why you upgrade slot, people. If you want man coverage on your corner, upgrade slot because it's better. You get stuff like this. You get tackle, press, man coverage, awareness, and excel. It went up +2 overall. It's pretty cool. And then I believe Caleb Farley also went up +2 overall, but he got an even crazier upgrade. He got, wait for it, +1 speed and +3 man coverage from a slot upgrade. So he's up to a 76. He's got 96 speed, which is a lot. Now, if only he could stay healthy. I'm still really annoyed we didn't. I didn't record all that. I forgot Tyjae Spears. He's pretty important. He's going to be the future of this team's offense. One would imagine, at least in this universe. You got all of that stuff. I did 1 receiving back, one other thing. Elusive back. Actually, maybe I did 2 receiving back. I don't remember. Either way, he's looking pretty good. So yeah, I'm just kind of annoyed that happened. So yeah, let's just move on. Gonna go ahead and let the CPU upgrade most of these practice squad guys, and by most of them I mean all of them, because I don't care about practice squad players, no disrespect. All right, before we move on too much further and I forget, we finished 4-13 on the year. I'm recording this a day after that first part, and in that time the week 11 game against the Jags was played, in which the Titans lost, so I went ahead and added that to the win-loss record. But you will see every other game was not force win at all, except for the bye week is going to stay home. But everything else is just accurate to real life up to this Jags game, in which we just decided to lose pretty much every other game, except for against the Dolphins, which was the best team we played, I guess you could say. Them or the Jags? Who you got in real life? Dolphins or Jags? I'd probably take the Jags, maybe the Dolphins. I don't know. But yeah, that's how that ended up working out. And yeah, we suck, but you know, it's a good thing if you like having a good draft pick, which I do. It's a bad thing if you want to win games, which I also kind of do, but we'll figure it out. We do have some players ready to negotiate. Now, this is meant to be the life post Derrick Henry thought experiment. So not exactly super inclined to bring him back. I'll offer him exactly this deal, but he wants to test free agency. So I think we're just going to come to a mutual understanding where, hey, Derrick, we're going to franchise tag you, buddy, but we plan on accommodating a trade. So put together a list of teams you want to go to. We'll make some phone calls and see if we can't get you on a contender. That's essentially what's happening here. So we're going to be franchise tagging Derrick Henry so we can get some value for him so he doesn't just walk for free and we don't get anything in return. It's $16.5 million. We have more than enough to accommodate that and accommodate a trade for him as well. We're taking care of our franchise legends around here. Now for Sean Murphy-Bunting, he's sitting at an 82 overall. He's 27 years old. So having him for 3 years might not be the worst idea. We would keep him for essentially the rest of his prime. And you know, he'd be a very solid CB2. And in that time, we could look for someone to play alongside him and ultimately replace him. I'm cool with giving him a 3-year deal. And we do get that signed. Welcome back, Sean Murphy-Bunting. For Caleb Farley, I'm going to need to see a full year of health before we accept his 5th-year option. And plus, that's a lot of money. I'm good on that. I did miss T.R. Tart here. He's also 27. And he's a player I'd like to have back. I'd honestly bump this up to 3 years. 10.5 per year. Keep him for the rest of his prime. Everything I said about Sean Murphy-Bunting, ditto for T.R. Tart, which is a really good player who I'd like to bring back and keep on the team. So, boom. Welcome back, T.R. Tarts. Now, is there anyone else I want back? Christian Fulton's a maybe. Aziz Al-Shaair, he wants to be here. But for $6 million a year, I feel like we'd be foolish not to at least see what's available in free agency before we offer him. There's a very high chance he ends up still on the team, but I just want to wait and see if there's, you know, someone we might, you know, prefer. Just because, like, I don't want to settle for, like, giving him a contract and feeling like I have to play him, only for there to be some sick linebacker in free agency and me to not want him. I do want Danico Awachi back as well. He only regresses 3 overall, and he's still, you know, very good. And he's, like, a really good player with the mentor tag. So having a player this good with the mentor tag, I think is valuable in and of itself. Mostly just the mentor tag, but yeah. We'll go ahead and offer him 1 year, $7.5 million to bring him back, and Danico Awachi has returned for 1 more season. And I don't think there's really anyone else I care to bring back. We'll let everyone else walk. If, you know, Fulton or Aziz end up back on the team, so be it. Travis Gibson as well. Like, if these guys end up back here, that's fine, but we're gonna let them test the waters, see if they can find a better deal, find a better home, and we'll see if we can find some upgrades on them. I think it's fair, right? We may not want them, they may not want to be here, so yeah. Then it's for everyone's benefit. Now, this being said, I think what I want to do is check out team salaries and see who might be a cap casualty, if there's anyone we need to move on from, aside from Derrick Henry and probably DeAndre Hopkins as well. Doesn't look like it. Looks like everyone else is just players we might end up keeping. Luke Gifford, I don't know who you are, but you're cut. The only other guy would maybe be Daniel Brunskill, but at that overall, I think we're better off just keeping him in case we, you know, end up having to start him at guard. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Of course, we'd like to upgrade on him, but we can wait on that. Let's go ahead and find Derrick Henry's new home now before we move on further, before we hop into free agency and see what our team needs are going to be. So let's just make our team how it's going to be for the rest of the offseason. Trade him before the drafts. And I'm looking for a contender that can afford him that needs a running back. So asking for a lot, but I'm sure it exists. We'll find it. If it exists, we'll find it for sure. Ooh, Alexander Madison is good, but Derrick Henry is great. And Twitter will love the idea of him playing with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. So I'm going to call it Minnesota. They have pick 19. I'll take pick 51 straight up for Derrick Henry. Yeah, I think that's a good trade. He's far better than anyone they'll get there. We could have obviously gotten a first and probably a couple of firsts if we really wanted to, but I think a second round pick is probably similar to what he would fetch in real life. Maybe a late first depending on the team and the fit and everything, but for a second round pick, the Vikings are a good enough team. You can talk themselves into being just an elite playmaker away. He's playing with Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, a great offensive line, and whoever they end up replacing Kirk Cousins with at QB. I like it. Now, for DeAndre Hopkins, I'm halfway tempted to just trade him to the fucking Vikings, honestly. Bro, no one good can afford him. I want to do right by him and send him to a contender, but my God. I mean, I guess the Lions are the closest thing. The team with a really good quarterback. And I sort of need a receiver. Give me pick 68. All right, there we go. Pick 68 for DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, there was really no one that could afford him. That was like a super contender. The Lions were, I guess, bad in this sim, but we all know the Lions are a really good team, so I think that's fine. He can play the Donovan Peoples-Jones role better than Donovan Peoples-Jones can, so I think that works out. Now we can head into free agency and see what's available to us and what our team needs are. So, what are those team needs, actually? Let's find out. So, tackle's a big one. We could definitely use tackle. We could use another receiver. Backup running back, probably. Could use one of those. So, tackle, honestly, just any offensive lineman. Receiver, running back. And then defensively, it's going to be off-ball linebacker, edge, safety. Pretty much everything except for interior D-line. So, yeah. All right. It's basically everything except for quarterback, interior D-line, and tight end. Those are like pretty much everything else is on the table. So let's see what's available. Table available. Yeah, can it? Oh my God, Chase Young is here. I have never seen Chase Young in free agency. I am intrigued. He wants to be in a big market, but he also likes the fact that there's no income tax. You do realize those things don't typically mix, my guy, unless you count Dallas. So if you're either signing with Dallas or you're signing with no one. So, also Nashville is a pretty big market. Well, Nashville thinks Nashville's a big market. There are just no receivers. The only receiver I'm even sort of interested in is Shaheed. Okay, the first offer we're going to make is going to be to Jonah Williams. He's a solid starting caliber tackle who's started a lot of games in the NFL and should be good enough to hold down the position for a couple of years while we look for a replacement, or he earns a long-term contract. 2 years, 22 mil is a nothing burger of a deal. If he's bad, we can cut him next year and not lose too much. So Jonah Williams can catch that offer, and we are his only one. So hopefully we land him. That'd be great. The next offer is going to be to Jeremy Chin, who is listed at corner. I get he plays slot a good bit for the Panthers, but if you didn't know, I'm a Panthers fan in real life, and he's one of my favorite players on the team. I think it's pretty likely he doesn't end up re-signing, so that's going to be sad, but one way to help with that sadness is to sign him in my Madden franchise, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to offer him a 4-year deal worth $6 mil a year, so 4 years, 24 mil, with the thought of moving him back to safety, where he is a more natural fit, in my opinion. So, yeah, hopefully, welcome to the team, Jeremy Chin. Now we have to decide what we want to do about edge, because I would love to go after Chase Young. I would love that, but he doesn't really love the idea of playing here, and he also has 12 offers, and he's going to be extremely expensive. Actually, that's not too bad. Low risk offer is going to be about 21 a year, so it's 4 years, 84 mil. That's not awful. Awful. Not an awful offer. Let's see where that puts us. That does put us not in the hunt, unfortunately. So wait, with the Commanders the top? The Commanders are second, so you could just go back to the Commanders. That'd be hilarious. The low risk offer is going to be 5 years, 23 mil, so 5 years, 115 total. That's still not bad. It only gets up to 26 million for a 25-year-old superstar pass rusher who's already a 90 overall. Let's see if this puts us in the hunt, at least. It does not put us in the hunt. So it does not look like we're going to be able to get Chase Young, unfortunately, as much as I would love to. However, that means we can just pivot to the next best thing in this free agency class, that being Josh Uche, another pretty athletic pass rusher, former Patriot, now also former Michigan Wolverine. And he's asking for way too much money. How about I'll do 13 a year over 4, so 4 years, 52. Basically the same money you want. Take a year off, and that's a 3 dot offer, so I'm cool with that. I'd love to get Josh Uche. So if we have to up that, we can. I don't want to up it too much though, because he's kind of asking for a lot for being a 76 overall. And then maybe the last offer we're going to make, because I don't really love this free agency class, is going to be Rashid Shaheed, just to get some speed on our offense. We don't really have that. So, yeah, I'll offer him 3 years, 9 mil, so 3 years, 27. Perfectly content with that offer. And that should be enough to get him, assuming no one else jumps in on him. And honestly, the more I look, I don't think there's anyone else I really want to go after. I mean, we'll throw a huge offer at Chase Young just to see if we can get him. Like, I'll give him that. I'm totally cool. If he accepts that, he won't, but I would love to get him. So yeah, those are our offers. It's going to be Josh Uche, Jonah Williams, Jeremy Chin, Rashid Shaheed, and Chase Young. Jonah Williams is the only one gone. We are the only offer still on all three of these guys, and we get Jonah Williams. So Chase Young did not sign with us. He signed with the Rams, which is so funny because the next episode of Rams franchise was going to be trading for Chase Young. But the day after that, he got traded to the Niners, essentially. That's how long I went without recording that series, by the way. Azeez Al-Shaair does still want to come back, and I would offer him a 2-year deal. 2 years, 12. If you would like to come back on that, he can. If not, it's going to be a little bit unfortunate, but we are the better offer than the Broncos, so we will go ahead and offer on him. And we get Jeremy Chin, and Azeez Al-Shaair has returned to the Titans as well. And we are still the only offer. Well, Josh Uche has a couple of other offers, but they are worse than what we did. And we are the only offer on Rashid Shaheed. Oh, the Giants are going hard after Uche. But we do get Rashid Shaheed. I don't think we're going to be able to get Josh Uche. His low-risk offer looks like 17 a year. I really don't want to do a 7-year deal. I'll do a 6-year deal. 102 mil. Yeah, even the low-risk offer isn't as good as the Giants offer, so yeah, I'm not paying 20 mil a year to get Josh Uche. So we're just going to have to let him walk and lose out on edge. I'll see if there's anyone else available, but I don't think there is. James Houston's here, actually. He's pretty good. Yeah, I'll give him a contract. He's the consolation prize for the consolation prize, but 2 years, 8 mil. I'd say he's worth that. I really don't want to... It's not on Uche, but there's nothing... Yeah, he doesn't care about like scheme fit or anything. It's just that Mike Ickerson sucks. He hates Nashville, but he likes money. Even though I offered him a ton of, he's like, I don't care about your Nashville money. Which I guess I understand. We have the hottest white women in the world. Low-key true, by the way, if you've never been to Nashville. There are baddies all over the place. I've never seen a higher ratio of hot chicks to ugly dudes. So if you're an ugly to mid-tier dude, go to Nashville. What does that have to do with anything? Absolutely nothing, but it's just a fact. I've been there a couple times, and both times it was exactly that. Houston is still remaining to be signed, but yeah, we got all of our other guys. Let me move Jeremy Chin to strong safety, which is what he's going to play for us. His overall probably goes up, if I had to guess. And it does. It goes up to an 81 overall. So yeah, play him at safety, you cowards. And we get James Houston as well. So decent little free agent class. Got a couple guys to add to our defense, a pass rusher and a new safety, bring back our starting linebacker, get ourselves some speed at the receiver position, and a new starting left tackle. I think we did fairly well in free agency, bringing in a handful of guys. Nick Carroll, the top receiver, he's a playmaking archetype. 6'1", out of South Carolina. He catches traffic and catching a deep out running C release. So a deep out running as a playmaker already interests me. He has only solid speed, does have elite acceleration, great agility, good change of direction, great strength. Ran a 4.46/4.41. So yeah, while the combine or the 40 time is very, very good, it doesn't really matter. It's the rating that matters, and solid speed isn't going to be great. It's going to be like high 80s probably, but he looks really good otherwise. A deep route, B short, A medium, B catch of traffic, B catching, B break tackle, A vision, A spec catch, C release. He looks unreal. He's just not going to be an amazing athlete. So he essentially looks like a souped up version of Treylon Burks. Like Treylon Burks, if he could actually run every route in the book. So I'm pretty interested in Nick Carroll, honestly. I think it's going to be really high overall. Oftentimes, playmakers are some of the higher overall receivers you'll find, unless you find one of those insanely freaky physical archetypes, which, you know, we might also have one of those. Dwayne McGee, 6'5", 230 out of LSU. A catch of traffic, A release is phenomenal. B deep out running, C catching. And he has elite strength and elite jumping, so he could have that 99 jumping build or the 99 spec catch build. You never know. Solid speed only and great acceleration. So he looks very different to the other guy, which leads me to want him more because we already have a player similar to the other guy. Yeah, B deep out running, B short, B medium. So it's a really good route runner all around. A catch in traffic. A run block, his spectacular catch is also an A. Yeah, Dwayne McGee might just be the guy. These guys are both really, really good, but I think I would prefer McGee over Carroll because we already have Carroll. Just a worse version of him. And receiver is certainly a position we could look to take at the top of the draft. Okay, Emmanuel Mackey down the board. Okay, still round 1 to 2. Okay, I thought I'd scroll down a few. This is a really, really deep receiver class thing because I'm scrolled down like 5 or 6 from the first two guys I showed you, but he's B catching traffic, B catching, A to B release, 6'4", physical archetype with great speed, elite jumping, solid excel. So he doesn't really have excel, but ran 4.36, 4.30 at 6'4", 220. That's insane. So yeah, this is a very good receiving class. Oh, we got ourselves the 6'5" playmaker build. Oh no. We had a guy very similar to this who was like a potential UDFA in Rams franchise. He was like 6'6", 2 something. Like he was around 220. He had like F everything, but A juke, and it ended up being 99 juke. He ended up being an insanely good kick returner at 6'6". So it's one of those weird builds they have. Yeah, this guy looks insane. We might just have to draft this guy for no reason other than he might have some unreal abilities. He doesn't have high kick return or juke, but he's 6'5", huge, and is a playmaker archetype. I'm interested. What in the key and pill sketch is going on here? This guy's name is Cody. Yeah, that's... Is he good? Oh, no, he's good. Oh, no, he has elite speed. Oh, no, he's good. Oh, God, we might have to draft him. Wait, he's actually insane. B power moves, A to C finesse moves, and he's really athletic. Okay, hold on, Cody. Uh-oh. Okay, Landry, what are we doing? We have Cody, and Landry. At least this guy's ass. At least he's terrible. Just look at the name. Landry. So checking out the mock drafts, it has us taking Teddy Ambrose around 3 to 4 tight end at 3. I don't know why it does that. He's not the first guy on my... I know it has to do with your favorites list, but he's not the first guy on my favorites list. Far from it. Cody's supposed to go 4. I could see us trading down with the Bears. I really could see us trading down with the Bears because they have 2 picks. And I want 2 people. First off, the receiver, Dwayne McGee, is not projected to go until 18. And the other player I want is Clay Staley, who's projected to go at 13. So if we could get 6 and 7, I would do that in a heartbeat. So trade down from 3 to 6 and 7, which hopefully doesn't change too much, because I really want both of those players. So I think that's what we're going to end up having to do. We'll see. I don't want to give up too many picks. There's a ton of round 3 to 4 players in this class I want. A ton of them. We'll figure it out. We're gonna have to play it by ear. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting draft because the 2 players I want are projected to go at 13 and 18, and we pick at 3. So this is gonna be difficult. Obviously, we could trade down from there, which is probably what we're gonna end up doing. The Jets and the Giants pick ahead of us, despite us going 4 and 13. There are 2 teams worse than that. So, God, New York is in shambles. So, looking at the draft board, Dwayne McGee is a top 5 talent. He's projected to go 18, which makes absolutely no sense to me. So, it makes me not want to trust it. It makes me just want to take him at 3, because we know we're getting one of the best players in the class, and then figure out what to do for the other guy from there, who is going to be... he's projected to go at 13, remind you, on the mock draft. The mock draft is usually more accurate than the big board. He is... Clay Staley, who is a true round 1 to 2 talent, but he looks really good. a 6'5", 240-pound speed rusher out of West Virginia. B, block shed, A, pursuit, B, tackle, with really good athletic ratings, and A finesse moves to go along with A, pursuit, and B, block shed. I think he's going to be, I mean, he's round 1 to 2 talent, so mid-70s. Like, if he's probably going to be like a 75 overall, but pretty athletic too. So, man, it's pretty tough to figure out what to do here. It really is, because I really want both of these players. And I don't know if there's going to be a way I can come away with both of them. So we're going to just assume the mock draft is right, because it almost always is. And Devontae Franks does go number 1, the outside linebacker out of Georgia. He goes to the Jets, and the Giants take quarterback Sean Hoftalling. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I don't know how to say that name. Quarterback from Penn State. So we are on the clock at 3. You see, the Bears have back-to-back picks at 6 and 7. That would be the easiest way to achieve what we're trying to do. But the Bears trading up might screw things up. They might end up going with the receiver. You never know. And I really don't want to risk that. Although they have 2 picks before where he was projected to go. But you know how the mock draft screws with what you plan to do. Because they just pick someone random off of your fucking favorites list. I'm going to give him a call and see if there's any way we can get 6 and 7. Maybe they're just really into someone at 3. They want Jeffrey Simmons, 3, a first next year. They want a first next year and in 2026, a second this year, 2 seconds this year. I can't do that. I can counteroffer this, though. I'm willing to give you a first in 2026. And I don't really want to give up more picks this year. Let's just see where this puts us. It might go through. All right, it doesn't go through. But we can give them more value for sure. I want to keep my picks this year. I would probably have to give up at least one of these. I'll give you 51. And I will give you a second and third next year. So you're getting a first this year, a first in 2026, a second this year, a second and a third next year. To move up and get whoever your guy is in this class, guarantee you get your guy, and we get 2 picks this year. So we're trading future picks for another pick this year, essentially. So they go get their guy, and we get, hopefully, both of our guys. They go with Kasim Tullock, a defensive end out of Utah. The Lions go with Mike Cartwright, a linebacker, out of Kansas State. And the Patriots go with Damian Ross, a middle linebacker from Penn State. We get both of our guys. This could not have worked out more perfectly. We're going to take Dwayne McGee, again, if you miss why, it's because we essentially already have Nick Carroll on the roster. He's a playmaker archetype who looks like an unbelievable player. Going to be incredibly good with unreal route running skills. The problem is he's essentially the same role as Treylon Burks, who's already on our team. Now, he's going to be probably a higher overall than Treylon Burks right now. But Dwayne McGee is also a freak prospect, and he is very different to what we have in Treylon Burks. You can see his key ratings are phenomenal. Catching could use a little bit of work, but C catching is probably going to be close to an 80, if I had to guess, at or around a low 80. And he has pretty good athleticism as well. He's 6'5". He's just very different than what we have. He's a better complement to what our offense needs, so we're going to go ahead and go get Dwayne McGee with our first of our 2 first-round picks. He is of course, hidden dev player with 89 speed, 93 excel, 90 change of direction, 95 jumping, 84 agility, and 76 strength, with A's all over the place. B medium outrunning, B deep outrunning, A short route, A spec catch, A stiff arm, A release, A run block. You don't really see these guys with really high release. So yeah, I'm very happy with that pick. And this next pick might be a little bit of a reach, but he's projected to go at pick 13. So we're just going to go ahead and make sure we get him. Reaching down the boards, reaching past some really good players, including Cody, who, now that I think about it, as good as Staley might be, we can get Cody. I thought he was supposed to go with the Colts pick at 4. Or did the Colts pick after 4? He's projected to go to the Colts, I know that. Now, the Colts have already picked, I think. I'm pretty sure they were supposed to take him, so I guess the mock draft was wrong. Well, either way, we could get Cody. Name subject to change, I will say, because I don't want to have a motherfucker named Cody on my team. Yeah, elite speed, great acceleration. He's just better. He is a speed rusher with B finesse moves, or B power moves. I think we have to go Cody. I think we have to switch from Staley and go Cody Cody, even though Staley is bigger. Cody Cody's the better athlete. Clay Staley, better name, so that's already a point in his book. Bigger, but not as fast. He does have elite excel. Great change of direction. Great strength. Ooh. 8 finesse moves we know. Ah, man. Cody Cody's a better athlete, but it's only speed. It's literally only speed. I think Clay Staley has to beat everywhere else. Oh, man. I like to look at Clay Staley more. He's 6'5", 240, and a year younger versus 6'2". He's probably going to be a lot. I'd guess it's probably like 88 speed versus 85 speed, 84 speed. But elite excel, great strength. He's got power to his game. We know more about him too. I'm going Clay Staley. It might be a mistake, but I'm going with my gut. He's 80 strength, 82 speed, 81 jumping, 78 agility, and 91 excel. So we get both of the guys we want, and didn't have to give up too much to do it. We gave up a lot to do it, but we got both of our guys, and I am content with how that was handled. Seahawks go with the quarterback Ben Perkins out of Boise. Nathan Wilcox, a safety from Oklahoma State, goes to the Packers. Commanders go with Cody Cody to replace Chase Young and Montez Sweat, so they get themselves a good pass rusher. Andrew Bolden, the tackle out of Iowa, to the Chargers. Easy for me to say. Another tackle, Jonathan Gonzalez from Penn State to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Demarius Woodbury, a guard from Mississippi State, goes to the Texans. The Rams go with Eric Haynes, QB out of Washington. Bucks go with Austin Lucas, a D tackle out of Clemson. Juan Jones, a tackle out of Louisville, goes to the Cardinals. He's going to be really good, by the way. Just want to let you guys know that he's going to be insane. The Colts go with Rashard Alexander. They had pick 17. I must have read something wrong in the mock draft thing, because I swear the Colts were supposed to get Cody Cody. It doesn't matter though. The Dolphins go with Nick Carroll, so the other top-end, high-end receiver goes to the Dolphins, like they need another one. But that's a good pickup for them. The Vikings go with QB Adam English from South Carolina. Saints go with Marquise Crosby, a tackle out of Texas. The Jags go with Roosevelt Foster, a corner from Texas. Cardinals back in the clock go with Emmett Stevens, a D tackle from Miami. Probably a good pickup for them. They need D tackle very bad. Javier Sanchez, a receiver from Clemson, goes to the Ravens. Salvador Rivera, a tackle from West Virginia, to the Chiefs. Raiders take Cam Jackson, a linebacker from Notre Dame. Cowboys go with Trey Murray, a tackle from Alabama. Ezekiel Odom, a receiver from Georgia, goes to the Eagles, as if they need more receiver talent as well. The Bills go with Deion Whitmore, a tackle from USC. Denver goes with Joel Gordon, quarterback Baylor. Falcons take Cordell Kirkpatrick. That's a sick name. Safety from Kansas State. Bengals go with Ron McAllister, a tight end from Cal. And the Super Bowl champion San Francisco 49ers go with Morgan Meadows, a tackle from Washington. Top of the second round, the Packers kick things off with Malachi Huff, a corner from South Carolina, and the Giants go with Eddie Reno, a defensive end from Western Michigan. So we are back on the clock here. We don't pick again until the top of the third round, excuse me. There is still a round one quarterback on the board. Trevor McDonald, Phil General archetype out of NC State, 6'1", 229. Looks okay, honestly. We are going to pass on him, though. We did not plan on going quarterback in this draft, so we will not be. Now, let me see where the next guy we want is. We have a couple of round 2 to 3 guys on our big board. And I don't think we're going to try to get too pretty. I think we're just going to take the guys we want. Dante Bozeman's the first one. He's 19 picks away. And Ben Harris is the second one. He is 24 picks away. Medina's good, but there's a better center below him. So I think we try to get... surely there's a team with 2 second-round picks who'd be willing to trade us, right? Surely. The Eagles have 52 and 59. I feel like that's trading back a little bit too much. But if that's our only option, it's our only option. I'll see if the Eagles will give us 52 and 59. So we're essentially trading down a lot. We're trading down 17 spots with the hopes that both of our guys will be there. We could trade back up from 59 if we need to. They have no money, so we're going to have to trade only picks. I don't want to trade this year, though. How about a third in 2026 to make this go through? Okay. And a fifth next year. Okay, so pick 35, a third rounder in 2026, and a fifth rounder in 2025 gets us pick 52 and 59 from Philadelphia. Puts us 20 picks away, so we're probably going to have to trade up from there, which I don't know if we'll be able to do. They go with a quarterback. All right. I've decided I'm probably not going to trade up. I don't think we really have enough. I don't want to trade picks to trade up, and the game is so screwed up that no one has any cap room. So the receiver is probably going to be gone. I've decided we could probably sacrifice him. We don't necessarily need him. He's good, but we already drafted a really good receiver. So I'm just gonna, if he's there at our pick, we take him, obviously. But if he's not, and we don't get the running back. I wanted the running back more. That's why I was willing to pass on the receiver, because thought we could get the running back who was like 7 or 8 picks after the receiver. Well, that's really annoying. So we'll be able to get the receiver, but we're gonna miss out on the running back. We're going to take him because he looks disgusting. His name is not Emmanuel Mackey, although Emmanuel Mackey is good. It's Dante Bozeman. He's a 6'5 playmaker archetype, which is already enough to have me interested, but he's an incredible athlete as well. I'm in. I'm in. Good spec catch, pretty decent route running. We're going to take him because you don't see that kind of build every day. Normal dev. Yeah, it was kind of bound to happen, but I guess it's okay. Maybe we get weird to put him at tight end. That could be fun. Probably not. That was a waste of a pick. I was hoping for a development trait. That one stings. That one stings. Oh, well. Oh, wait. No, that wasn't our running back. Oh, cool. That wasn't the running back we wanted. All right, we're fine. We're fine. I have a notepad, and I looked at it to take the receiver off of it, and that running back was not the guy, so we can still get our running back. Beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. Where's he projected to go? Because we have a pick at the top of the third. Okay, he's a little bit down the board, but we're just going to go ahead and grab him here because he's the first player on my list that I want. So yeah, Antoine Chason, which already fun name, but he's got pretty good vision, break tackle, carrying, and his physicals are crazy. Elite strength and great acceleration. You don't see that very often. And his skills look pretty good as well. A stiff arm, A trucking. I'm going to go ahead and grab ourselves a power back here. Antoine Chason. Does have hidden dev, 84 strength, 90 speed, 82 jumping, 83 change of direction, 87 agility, and 92 acceleration. That's a good pick. That's a really, really good pick. Gonna go ahead and get ahead into the third round now, where I'm not sure who we'll end up going with. I believe we only have, well, we have 2 third round picks. We got one from the DeAndre Hopkins trade. No, we don't have 2 third round picks. I guess I must have traded one of them in the Bears trade. That must have been what happened. Okay, so I have a ton of round 3 to 4 players. Like, pretty much my entire draft board. No, okay, we have 3 round 3 to 4 players and 3 day 3 players. No, 4 day 3 players. We still have 7 guys we want. 2 of them are offensive linemen, which I feel like we need. And then one of them is a tight end. What's the tight end look like? Teddy Ambrose, he's way down the board round 3 to 4. We should be able to get him in the 4th. There's a bunch of tight ends ahead of this guy. If we miss out on him, it's not the end of the world. He just looked pretty good. I want to go with offensive line here. Is that going to be Devin Freeman, a center out of Notre Dame? We do need interior offensive line. We need a center specifically. We let Aaron Brooks walk, and he looks like a phenomenal athlete. And then we have this guard, Terry Franks, who's also the top on the board at his position. My thought is playing him at tackle. He's 6'5", 320. Which is definitely tackle size, and he's from Alabama. So we have an Alabama offensive lineman and a Notre Dame offensive lineman, 2 pretty good O-line schools. So I feel like we need both of these guys. He does have F injury. So we're going to go with Terry Franks first, and I might... normal dev is really rough, but he might still be good enough to start at right tackle for us. That's unfortunate. He's not projected to go for 46 picks. I'll probably trade up to the end of the third just to ensure we get him. I would love to trade a player. I'll just try to trade now, actually. Is there a player we can trade to get like a... pick in the 20s this round? Okay, big trade going down. We're trading Kyle Phillips, Elijah Molden, and Malik Willis to the Atlanta Falcons for a late 3rd round pick. Pick 94, which is one of the last 2 picks of the round, I believe. Yep. Well, last 3. Might even trade up from there, because that feels like a little bit risky for the center who's 40-something picks away. I don't trust Madden. I want, like, pick 22 in the round. That feels like we'd be trading up more than enough to ensure we still get our guy. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. I don't want to go much further. They're in the right guard. I'm trading up. No. Denver, I need this pick, friend. Be kind to me. I give you a 4th round pick in 2026. Okay, pick 30 in the 3rd round and a 4th in 2026 gets us pick 20 in the 4th round from Denver. Thank you for working with me. I appreciate it. We're not going to be risking it here. We are going to go ahead and grab the center who should be an instant starter on the offensive line. Devin Freeman out of Notre Dame. Looks to be an unbelievable athlete with just really solid key ratings and should be very good. Hidden dev, that's all that matters. 86 strength, 85 acceleration to go along with 73 speed, 77 jumping, which doesn't matter, and 74 agility. 56 change of direction is a little bit bad, but that's okay. Teddy Ambrose goes just a few picks before we could have gotten him. That's unfortunate, but that does make the rest of our draft easier, so that's cool. Oh, Taylor Turner was on our draft board. He's a day 3 guy, but goes into the 3rd. That's unfortunate. He was like basically the only good off-ball linebacker. We got ourselves a bit of a day 3 monster here. Reggie Edwards out of LSU. Solid speed, elite agility, elite acceleration. He's a power rusher with A power moves. Yeah, we're going to be grabbing Reggie Edwards here. Hopefully he's good. He is. Hidden dev. 77 strength, 79 speed, 88 excel, 84 agility. That's a very good pick. We have 3 players left on our board. Another edge rusher, an interior D lineman, and a corner. So I would love to get a couple more day 3 picks before the 7th rounder that we have. I don't think we're going to be able to get all of our guys with that. So yeah, I might need a couple more picks. Mitch Forsett went. He was right above RD tackle on the draft board, so I feel like we need to trade up here. I'm not missing out on the D tackle. The D tackle is the one I'm getting for sure. The other 2 are wait and see. I want the corner, but I'm getting this D tackle, so. Rashard Weaver and Jarrett Patterson will get me a 4th and a 5th rounder from Las Vegas. You have a deal. That's the kind of trade I've been looking for. And there went my tackle because the game doesn't tell me where I actually pick. Cool. Okay, this is the pick I traded for coming up, but it still says it's the Raiders pick. It better be my pick right freaking now. This better say me. Okay, it is saying it's my pick. This game is so unbelievably broken. I lost out on the fucking D tackle I wanted because it didn't tell me where I was picking. I would have traded up if I knew I was about to lose them. And we also lost our other defensive end. So we're going with Darian Galloway here, or Gallery. 6'5" corner with decent athleticism and A-man coverage. So yeah, welcome to the team. 91 speed, 87 excel, 82 agility, change of direction, 83 jumping. I'm just pissed off we lost out on that D tackle Barden because he's going to be really fucking good. No one left on our favorites list. There's around 2 to 3 talent available. Javier Gonzalez. Another receiver. We really don't need another receiver. Like, we really don't. But he's a 5th round pick and he's around 2 to 3 talent. I'll take him. Normal dev, 89 speed, 90 excel, 92 agility, 90 change of direction, 91 jumping. He's good. He's going to be like a low 70, like probably a 71, 72 overall, something like that. Oh, I got literally everyone on my draft board except the tight end who I decided I didn't care about and the D tackle because the game screwed me. I could have gone up to that pick if I wanted to, if I knew that. That's so annoying. Let's have the fullback for fun. Why not? Do any of them have good lead block? That is literally your entire job. This is the best athlete of the bunch. We're grabbing Derrick Bait it. He sucks. I'll just let the CPU light the little other pick on fire. I don't care what they do with it. I low-key just want to... I don't even want to look at my overalls. I low-key want to go just straight to the fucking team that drafted the defensive tackle is the Packers and just see how good Barden is. I would not be surprised if he's like a 75 overall in the 4th round. But I will go ahead and take a look at ours. First, we get a 78 overall Dwayne McGee. That's low. That's lower than I thought he would be. Staley's a 73, or no, 74. Bozeman's a 73. The running back's a 75. 72 for the guard. 73 for the guard. 72 for the center. Jesus, these numbers are also similar. 73 for the defensive end. 72 for the corner. 73 for the receiver that we took randomly. 70 for the fullback. And we got a 66 overall safety that the CPU drafted, which honestly, not bad. So Dwayne McGee, only a 78. I thought he'd be closer to the 80s. It's okay that he's not, but I thought he would be. 88 spec catch, 95 jumping, 87 catch in traffic. He's pretty damn good. He's just a little bit slow, but he's a great player, and he's gonna, be in the mix to be our leading receiver, I'd imagine. Clay Staley immediately comes in and takes Arden Key's job as a starter. Very solid athlete, 82 speed, 91 excel, 77 finesse move, 76 block shed, 76 tackle, 76 hit power, 80 pursuit. Yeah, we made a great decision. I don't care if Cody's good. Clay Staley is great. I think he's going to be awesome. A little bit low in terms of overall, but I think he's a really good player. Dante Bozeman. I mean, he's cool. He's a fun player to have, but yeah, I thought for sure we were getting another hitting guy here. We did not, unfortunately. He does have higher spec catch than the physical archetype guy we have, which is a little bit crazy. But he has really good change of direction. I don't know, he's fine. He'll play somewhere, I'm sure. Antoine Chason is a good backup running back to have. Good speed, good excel, good power game. Very well-rounded. Can even catch a little bit. Yeah, that's a great pickup. Terry Franks, he's going to slide out to right tackle. Unfortunately, only normal dev for him. So he goes from a 73 overall guard. Still a good overall. He does go down, but that's the role I drafted him for, was to play tackle, so he's going to play tackle for us. Not bad, honestly. Really good strength, good pass blocking stats. His run block, or his power game overall could use some work. He's not bad, though. Definitely not bad. 89 lead block is insane, so maybe he should stick at guard, but it's okay. He'll play tackle. He's huge. 6'5", 320. He can do it. And then Devin Freeman. 72 hidden. His power game could certainly use some work, but he's pretty solid. Good starting center. The other defensive end we drafted slash pass rusher. 6'1", 245 out of LSU. Reggie Edwards. Probably one of my favorite picks of the draft. Has 77 power moves out there and big hitter. Let's go, dude. 79 speed, 88 excel. This is a really good player. This is a really good player we stole in the 4th round. I'm happy with that pick for sure. And then the corner. 6'5", hidden dev corner. Darian Galloway. Nope, Gallery. I'm going to call him Galloway because Darian Gallo... I want to say Galloway. That's what my brain wants to do, but it's Gallery. 91 speed, 87 excel, 84 man out of the draft. He's 6'5" with 84 man coverage, 76 press. Yo, what? Gallery's kind of insane, yo. Relax, brother. And then Javier Gonzalez, the other receiver we took a shot on. He's good. Like, yeah. He was around 2 to 3 talent. We got in the 5th, so not a bad player at all. Good jump ball receiver. Not bad. And then the fullback and the other guy. Let's see what the rest of the draft class looks like. Roosevelt Foster ends up being the highest overall at a 78. So we got tied highest overall with the linebacker and a guard and a corner. 78 overall middle linebacker is sick, by the way. Damian Ross. Oh, he's so cool. Oh, he has big hitter too. Yo. I'm just going to see if there's anything they would trade. No, I didn't think so. I wouldn't do it, but like, that's a sick player, man. That's so cool. I'm so jealous. Might have to trade for him next offseason or something. Oh my god. We might have to, he might have to end up on the team at some point. He's so good. Where's Cody? Cody was a 73 overall, so he was the same overall as Staley. Actually, -1 overall, so he made the right choice. Does have hidden dev. and 86 speed. So it's 86 speed versus 84 speed. Isn't that exactly what I said it would be? I think that's pretty close to exactly what I said. He has better finesse moves. Or no, same finesse moves, better excel. Yeah, I think we made a fine decision. I like Staley. We got the better player, technically speaking. And the better name, most importantly. And he's only star devs. Who gives a shit? Top QB, Eric Haynes, was a 77 overall. Normal dev. Look like anyone we know from Rams franchise. Not as athletic as Brian Blackman, but not that far off. Really good throw power, pretty good accuracy. Not bad. And then the other top 5 talent at receiver was Nick Carroll. Ended up going to the Dolphins, ended up being a 77 overall. 89 speed, 94 excel, really good route runner. Yeah, he's basically just better Treylon Burks. So I think we made the correct decision on which receiver we went with as well. Considering we got the higher overall at both positions and both had star dev, I think we did incredibly well. Now, I'm ready to be hurt. I want to go to the Packers because they got the D tackle I wanted. Barden, he's only a 71. Okay, I feel a little bit less awful about the 71 normal. Okay, I don't care anymore. But he looks really good for a 4th or 5th round pick wherever they got him. So, you know what? Good for you guys, but I thought he was going to be better than that. And now I want to find a couple other players. Teddy Ambrose was a 76. Oh, we fucked up. I mean, we don't need tight end, but bro, that's a 76 that they got at the end of the 3rd round. All right. Please be star, Teddy. Please only be star. Son of a fucking bitch. Can I trade for him? No, I wouldn't trade for him if he was star. I would just be annoyed. But I'll still ask. Oh, there's an offer. It's honestly not too bad for a superstar X Factor tight end. A 2nd round pick 2 years from now and a bunch of day 3 picks. If I were a douchebag, I'd do that, but I'm not going to. Because if we were star dev, I wouldn't care. Okay, so for the rest of this video, I'm going to take a look through free agency and see if there's anyone that, you know, either a really good UDFA that didn't get picked up or just people who shouldn't be in free agency. So we're going to sign some people, and if anything interesting happens in training camp, I'll show you guys that. Otherwise, I will meet you guys for this final preseason game where we will play the moments. Oh. Okay. Superstar dev, UDFA corner. Yes, please. Well, we had ourselves a really good backup running back. Unfortunately, Antoine Chason is going to miss most of, if not the entire season, with a torn rotator cuff. That is absolutely tragic. We're going to place him on IR. He did get a skill point, so we did use him for the running back drill. Man, that is so upsetting. He's going to miss his entire rookie season. He was going to be a big part of the offense, man. I guess we'll do that. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. +1 speed that he can't use, so that's cool. We'll place him on the IR. Gotta need a new backup running back now. Yay. I guess Antonio Gibson can do the job. Yeah, I think I'd rather have him than James Conner, who's also available. We'll take Antonio Gibson to be our backup running back now. Okay, so we have upgrades after the first few weeks of preseason as well as the training camp. So we had the weekly strategy from all that and the training camp stuff that makes up everything. So we have 2 upgrades for Dwayne McGee, who has a super low XP threshold. So I think we're going to go double physical here, probably just so we can get him to an 80 overall and know if he has a superstar ability slot. So that'd be pretty cool. +2 catcher traffic, +2 medium, or +2 release, +1 medium route. We'll go deep there. We're gonna go deep there. Hopefully he still gets an 80 overall. He does. All right, cool. Show me an ability slot. He has an ability slot. Let's go. He's at least superstar dev. That's fantastic. So +1 awareness, +1 release, and +3 deep route running, which is pretty damn good. All of his route running is now in the high 80s, 85 release. We got ourselves an absolute monster. He has like every trait too, by the way. I didn't talk about those earlier. Clay Staley also with 2 upgrade points. So Staley, McGee and Will Levis are my focus players. That's why they have more skill points than everyone else. And for Staley, I would like his speed to be higher. Obviously, I would like his finesse moves to be higher, and his block shedding is already pretty good. So we'll just go with his speed rusher. If we can get a speed upgrade, that would be phenomenal, because then he would already be better outright than Cody, who's already better than Cody, but he would be, you know, basically the same player then at that point. +1 excel in tackle and +2 to finesse moves, and we'll do one more speed rusher. I want his block shedding to be into the 80s, but you know, getting his finesse moves up there too is also something we want. We get +1 excel, tackle and zone coverage, and +2 pursuit. Don't really like the zone coverage, but I guess I'll take it. So you know, man, give my guy a speed upgrade. That'd be sick. And then +2 for Will Levis. I think we're probably just going to go strong arm for both of these again. I want his medium accuracy to be into the 80s like his other two accuracies, so we'll do that. We might give him a field general just to see. We'll see what this gives. We get +1 mid, +1 throw power. He's had, what, 3 upgrades now? All 3 have given him medium accuracy, which is what we want. And we also get a throw power upgrade, which is massive. So, you know what? One more. And he's going to have himself +1 throw power and +2 awareness. So he's up to 96 throw power now. Okay, Will Levis. Okay. He's got all of the tools. We just need him to perform at this point. His accuracy is still a little bit on the low side, but if he plays well, that's going to go up in a hurry. So I am all about it. Treylon Burks. His release is still really, really low, and release matters on all areas of the field, not just deep routes. So I would like release to be higher, but his short route is also pretty low. So I'm going to go playmaker. Just trying to get a little bit of everything, but mostly short route running and stuff. We get a ton of stuff. That's why you like upgrading playmaker is good no matter what, because you get all of this stuff. You just don't get release and deep route running, but we do get deep route running here. We get +1 to that, +1 to catching traffic, ball carrier vision, awareness, spin move, and short route, +2 to medium route, and +2 to break tackle. So all in all, pretty good. It's just the only thing I don't like is his release. Ashton Davis may not make the team, so let the CPU handle him. Darian Gallery, said it right that time. His zone coverage is abysmal, so I think we're just gonna go slot and just lean into that, make him a better man coverage corner. So yep, let's just see that. And plus, sometimes you get zone from slot upgrades. Anyway, we get +4 awareness, +1 man, zone, and tackle. So there you go, get a little bit of zone coverage in there, up to 67. I want to get to the 70s, but his man coverage is at 85. Yeah, we'll give him. He's gonna get an upgrade after this. We'll give him a zone upgrade, at least a couple going forward. Try to get that at least into the mid 70s. For James Houston, going to be a rotational pass rusher for us this season. His finesse moves is pretty low. His power moves are pretty decent, and his block shedding is quite terrible. So we'll go run stopper. That gets him a +3 block shedding. That is very good. And yeah, that's 69, which is very nice. And I will let the CPU handle the rest of these guys. Yep, that works for me. Now, one of these series I am just going to trade for Keely Ringo and not care. So we have kind of a logjam at corner. And by kind of, I mean a huge logjam at corner. And I'm trying to find a trade to, you know, break that up a little bit. Nick Cross is an option just because he's a fun player that I'm a fan of. But the guy I want is Keely Ringo. And I was thinking maybe we could give them 2 of our corners for 1 of theirs, just so we can clear up the just so we can clear up our logjam a little bit. I was like, I'll give you Caleb Farley and Roger McCreary. Both guys are higher overall than Keely Ringo. The only thing Ringo has on them is age, essentially. And they aren't even a little bit interested. I get they have corner, but they have old corners. They have really old corners. And Isaiah Rodgers, who isn't in the league because of gambling. So I get why they wouldn't like love it, but like red interests is insane. Oh, if I added Nicholas Petit-Frere, it goes through. Well, I didn't think that was going to go through. I guess I'm okay with it. We're picking up a fun player. Obviously, Keely Ringo, incredibly athletic, which is why I decided to make the trade. He has like 94 plus speed. So we're giving away Caleb Farley, who we would have to pay at the end of the year. Roger McCreary, who is good, but slow and more of a zone cover guy. He's like a pure slot corner. And Nicholas Petit-Frere, who would be a backup tackle at this point for Keely Ringo. We're basically just clearing up a logjam out of position and getting a player or a prospect who could, you know, continue to play that role. So I don't love the trade, but, you know, it's a fine deal. And you'd be like, well, you gave up a ton of corner depth. Did I? I got ourselves a new starter, and it allows us to play Derrick Gallery. It allows him to step into a starting role, who's a 6'5" boundary corner who I want to see what he has. And yeah, we have 94 speed Keely Ringo now, so he can play. Malcolm Butler, if we need a fourth guy to come in, he's a vet, he can do it all. And then we have this UDFA superstar dev rookie that is fast, so he can go out there and play. And then we have, you know, plenty of other guys who could play some slot corner if we need to. So I don't feel like that was a bad decision. So I made it. That's out of the way. Let's go ahead and hop into this final preseason game against the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to play the moment and take a look at some of our new play. Wait a minute. Oh, it's because he has superstar dev revealed up. Like, hold on, we have a rookie up there. It's because he's a 67 overall with superstar dev, but we do have 2 superstars on our team. Two whole superstars. We're looking pretty good. I don't think you guys care about this intro right now. Let's just get into the game. Play the moment. Big third down. Make the stop. I'll do what I can. We are going up against Drake London. Desmond Ridder looks like Bijan Robinson out there. Kyle Pitts, I'm sure, is on the team still as well. Does not look like he's on the field, though. Sounds about like a Atlanta Falcons game. Am I right? Haha. Ridder's going to drop back the pass. There is a flag on the play. He rolls out of the pocket, and he's going to be able to scramble for the first down. Slides underneath the would-be tackler, Azeez Al-Shaair, and it's going to be a hold. I'd love to see that. We'll take that. Make him try to pick up a 3rd and 14, which, you know, it's the Madden CPU. I'm sure they will get with no problem if they want it. Got switched on to Jeffrey Simmons, and there's a pass complete to the right side to Cartwright, rookie tight end, but Al-Shaair tackles him short of the line to gain, and we did it. All right. They're going for it on 4th down. Are you serious? Could you not? Oh, well, are they faking? Is this a fake? Why else would it have me come in? It is a fake. So we just ran safe man, and that happened. Malcolm Butler forcing the fumble. Nice job, dude. Oh, that's Malik Willis. I forgot we traded him to the Falcons. Oh, man, he got dropped. I'm sorry, Malik. But Will Levis now going to take the field. Heading into year 2, 73 overall with good speed. Piss poor awareness, but that's okay. If his awareness were good, he would be like a high 70, but he's not. But it's not, so he's not. A better way of saying that. 3rd and 2, as it's hopping in on. Traylon Burks is uncovered, but I also don't mind the look they're giving us on the run, so we're gonna go ahead and take those yards off the middle. First down, Tajay Spears. Not bad. The man with no ACL gets the first down. Stepping ahead here quite a while. Basically, the entire rest of the first quarter and most of the second quarter, we don't get to play, but we're back on the field now, trying to get a stop on 3rd down. Were there no 3rd downs between now and then? I don't know. You tell me. Ridder all day to throw. Pressure's not getting in. And that was just me backing up too much. I wasn't really paying attention where Bijan went. I was just reading the guys behind me, because when those really long plays happen, receivers tend to just run down and catch a bomb for like 40-something yards. So I was trying to take that away, but he just checked down. We're back on offense now. We're down 14-0. This is the second offensive play we've had. So we'll see if we can't get some positive yardage here. 2-minute drill for Levis. Okonkwo is going to come open over the middle on the vert. Big first down to midfield. Or the 45. I just saw the logo. I'm like, oh, it's the 50. Nope, it's the 45. Past midfield then. I don't even know what playbook we're in. I think we're in Tennessee, but I did hire new coordinators, so maybe we're not in Tennessee playbook. I have no idea. It doesn't really matter. There is nothing open. I tried to throw it away. I didn't look at the right side of the field, so maybe something was open over there. That was just a really shitty combination of routes that did nothing for us. So let's just snap the ball and see if we can't get someone open. We're going to try to hit Okonkwo again, and that is slightly overthrown and nearly intercepted by May. He had the step, though. I like the look. We're not giving up. It's preseason. was gonna say, get me 3 receivers out there. God damn it. 3rd and 20. We're gonna run a little bit of play action, see if we can't catch him sleeping over the top. And that is knocked away by AJ Terrell. Thankfully falls harmlessly to the ground, and we don't have to worry about throwing a pick. I will not be doing this punt. I will let the CPU handle that. So we can get some points on the board here in the 3rd quarter. Levis still in the game. Like to see Dwayne McGee get open, but hasn't really happened yet. We'll check down to the tight end here. It's going to be a Okonkwo. He'll nearly pick up the first on 4th and inches. I will be going for this. Get me back out there. We are not punting on 4th and 1. Oh, fullback. Oh, that's a fake punt. No. I was like, fullback run? No. Well, not that fullback run. Let's get the ball to Spears, and he will pick up the first. Nice. Running right through the would-be tackler, Jesse Bates. I need McGee to do something. Gonna be a Okonkwo again. He just gets open. It's gonna be one of these series where we just check down to the tight end the whole time. Brother, if he's open, I will do it every single play, and you can't stop me. And neither can the defense. We'll stretch here, hand off to Spears. Need you to hold that block a little bit longer, bro. Need you to hold that block just a couple seconds longer. Third and inches. Once again to give to Spears, first down. Not carried for 37 yards, not a bad day at the office. Bring out a jumbo package. Got a couple tight ends on the field. Run a little play action, see if we can't get someone open. We're just gonna dunk down to Zach Ertz, let him run after the catch. His old ass gets out 5. There's the look for McGee. His first catch of the day, that I've seen anyway. He gets the first down on the slant. We were only ever looking at him. He actually has 2 catches for 20 yards. Wish you would have seen the first one. I really like Okonkwo on like an out here. I could be wide open depending on what the other linebacker does and the safety does. Back at the end zone for Shaheed, just out in front of him. Second and goal still. This might be a check down to Spears and just have him try to outrun someone. I can't see what buttons are what. I wanted to throw it to the receiver on the right, but I couldn't tell which button was which. It's I'm assuming one of their momentum things. That was, again, I thought, I don't know why I thought X was on the right side of the field. That was a B that I was looking at. It's one of the posts. It was open. I don't pay attention to what the buttons are. I was looking over here at, I think it was McGee. Yeah, that's what I wanted to throw to. But ended up throwing it basically right to AJ Terrell. I'm not taking blame for that one. Because I actually didn't give them the momentum. The sim engine did. Not my fault. Looks like they're going for it on the floor. I don't care about defense. We need some points. Yeah, we do. We have 44 seconds to score 25 of them things. I don't think we can do it. Let's find out. Oh, Andy Dalton in the game. Gonna hit T.Y. Hilton's old ass. Got some of the mentor tag guys in the game now. Snap the fucking ball. What's the point of the goddamn no huddle if every time I try to fucking snap the ball, it takes like an extra 3 seconds? Like I'm spent. I literally, the runoff is so long. All right, well, the vertical she's almost worked until it didn't let me do it anymore. So that's going to be the end of the game, and I'm sad about it. But yeah, I'm glad we jumped into that. It was very informative. We know a lot about the team. Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing for that. Levis went 9 for 18 for 100 yards and a pick. Desmond Ridder went 7 of 9 for 80 yards, no touchdowns. Andy Dalton did some things. Malik Willis was on the field. Bijan Robinson had 15 carries for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns. That explains a lot. And then Tyreek McAllister also had a touchdown. Good for him. Yeah. Tyjae Spears had 9 for 37. Levis 1 for 6. No one else ran the ball. Chigo Okonkwo 4 for 62. That's not bad. Burks 2 for 16. 2 for 50 for T.Y. Hilton at the end of the game. And then Dwayne McGee 2 for 20. And then yeah, the rest of the team. A starting left tackle giving up 2 sacks in the preseason is not what you want to see. And then our starting center also giving up a sack, as well as Andre Dillard. Got sacked 4 times in the preseason. This is gonna be a thing, probably. Monty Rice had 7 tackles. Tackles for loss for those dudes. Stack for Jeffrey Simmons, and no picks, of course. Do have that upgrade for Darian Gallery, and we will, like I said, give him a zone upgrade. Try to get that a little bit more balanced to what the rest of his stats look like. He gets +2 awareness, play rec, and +1 to zone coverage. So that's a huge 68 now. The fact that he has 85 man coverage at 6'5" out of the draft is insane. Well, 84. He got 1 upgrade that gave him. Yeah, but that's still ridiculously high. And now we are here at cut week, where we have to part ways with 20 players, which we will be doing. I'm gonna keep most of our mentor tag guys. If I'll come back to you with any decisions that are actually difficult. I think we might just eat the cap penalty for Andre Dillard. It's 11 million, but he has no spot on this roster, so we're just gonna take that cap penalty just to not have to deal with it. There are sometimes some ridiculously decent players that get cut on cut week, so I'm gonna have a look through free agency just to see if there's anyone that I want to pick up. Like Samson Ebukam being here is a little bit crazy. We don't need him, but he's a really, really good player. Nick Cross got cut. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Welcome to the team, buddy. Cameron Thomas got cut too, the Cardinals pass rusher. Oh man, we don't really have a spot for him, but he's probably too good to leave here. We really don't have a spot for him. I'm sorry. But we'll give you guys one final look at the lineup to end off this episode before we play the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 1, which will be in the next episode. So offense is going to look a little bit like this. Will Levis as QB1, of course. Tyjae Spears, Antonio Gibson, and Cordero Patterson are our running backs. At receiver, I think we're going to go ahead and just put McGee as the starter, as receiver 1. I mean, he's a top 3 pick. Might as well just throw him out there, see what he can do. Shaheed is going to be receiver 2. Burks is going to be in the slot, so they're all going to be on the field all the time in 3 receiver sets. So don't take this as like a demotion of Treylon Burks. They're all going to be on the field a ton. But I want to see what McGee can do as receiver 1. If he struggles, we can obviously switch things up. So that's how we're going to handle that for now. Also, I will say likenesses and gear, jersey numbers, all this sort of stuff will be subject to change before next episode. I just didn't want to deal with it now, so I'm not going to. Offensive line is going to look like Jonah Williams, Peter Skoronski, the rookie Freeman, Dan Brunskill, and the rookie Franks. And then tight end starter is going to be Chico Okonkwo. We have Zach Ertz as a backup and Josh Wiley as a 3rd stringer. And then defensively, we are going to have Sean Murphy Bunting and Darian Gallery starting at corner, with Keely Ringo being CB3 / starting in the slot. We have Justin Simmons, Tierra Tart, and Denico Autry. So we're keeping the same starting defensive lineman from last season. And we have Edwards, who's going to back up Autry, who might end up, taking over that starting role at some point, see what he can do. And then our safeties are going to be Jeremy Chin and Amani Hooker, with Nick Cross and Ashton Davis as our backups. And we have some very stacked edge rusher positions. We have Harold Landry and James Houston on the right side, with Clay Staley, Arden Key, and Justin Houston. Well, okay, we have Justin Houston somewhere. There's Justin Houston as a backup. So we have just a ton of depth off the edge. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what Staley can do. I'm hoping for big things from the rookie. I think he might be the best player we drafted, low key. And then we also have Aziz Al-Shair returning as a starting middle linebacker, as well as Monty Rice, with Brandon Smith, the former Carolina Panther, at the backup. Special teams, we got Ryan Stonehouse and Dicker the Kicker. Went ahead and picked him up out of free agency because, well, he's Dicker the Kicker. There were options that were just as good, maybe slightly better, but none of them have the last name Dicker. And then here is the specialist tab. We have Ringo in the slot, Staley and Landry off the edge, Justin Simmons up the middle, Shair, Rice, and Jeremy Chin are our sub linebackers. I kind of want to play Jeremy Chin a lot in the sub linebacker role. Just get him in the box so we can also see Nick crossplay some. I think we might end up doing that quite a bit, especially if I don't like how either of these linebackers are playing. And then third down running back is going to be Gibson. Power back is going to be Tyjae Spears. And then slot receiver, like I said, is going to be Treylon Burks. So, yep, there it is. That's just about going to do it for the episode. Let me know what you think our development traits are going to be for our rookies. We have the receiver, the center, the 2 edge rushers, technically, if you want to count Edwards as an edge, and then Staley. And then we have the corner gallery. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead, get up out of here. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm very excited for this series. This is going to be a fun one, and I hope you guys stick around. Be sure to like, subscribe to all this other nonsense. I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.